Yeah, it's probably one of the biggest tournaments. Well, probably the biggest tournament we've ever hosted, besides maybe hosting the regionals to go out to nationals about 8 to 10 years ago. But yeah, we're really excited. Going to be some amazing tennis. A team from Hawaii flew in, California, Metro State obviously has. I think there's 7 men's teams and 10 women's teams. So yeah, like you said, it's a real prestigious event. So we're super excited. Usually we have to travel to California for it. So. And the support we've gotten here from the SIDs has just been amazing. So thanks to Chris and Dave and everybody. So yeah, we're really excited to host it.
A short but jam-packed fall season. And what is the season so far kind of prepared the team, or how is it prepared the team this week?
Well, I feel like the Metro tournament with these two did really well in it. Tyler got to the semifinals, I think, of the men's A draw. Makenna won the women's A draw. And then the next weekend we played some really tough teams from Texas that are similar to these California teams. So that's kind of what Coach Smith and I were thinking when we did the duels was, matching up our number ones against some number ones from Texas. St. Mary's is also always nationally ranked. So I think we've done the prep work. Carson's been pushing them, semi-hard in the weight room, being smart when we're traveling and competing. And we've been pushing them hard on the tennis court. So I think we've done our due diligence, and hopefully it pays off this weekend.
Makenna, last year's regional, just weeks into your college career, get a couple of upsets knocking off a seeded player, going fairly far with a freshman. What do you take from that experience now that you've had over a year being near the top of the lineup and kind of one of the team leaders?
Yeah, I think definitely I have some more confidence than I did last year coming in as a freshman, and I just find myself in a place where, especially for this tournament, I'm 100% ready to play hard and do my best, and I think I'm well prepared, like Coach was saying, with those tournaments in the past. We had that Metro tournament that boosted my confidence, and then we had that Texas tournament, which maybe didn't boost my confidence, but it was a tough match, and it was great practice, and I think it's gotten me prepared for the matches to come tomorrow.
Tyler, a veteran on the squad now, getting to compete at ITA's last year, but did a few years ago before COVID. What do you tell such a freshman-heavy lineup that you kind of have to lead a little bit on that?
Yeah. No, it's definitely interesting. I really enjoyed being captain this year. Definitely, I think I'm filling the role pretty well. It's definitely weird having so many freshmen on the team, because I remember when I was a freshman, I think at least for the first fall semester, I was the only freshman, and then I think when did Yandre come? He came in first.
Yeah, Yandre came in, I think, your second semester.
My second semester, yeah. So when I was a freshman, it was literally just me, and so it's interesting kind of to see where I was at with all these other freshmen, and just it's kind of weird because I was like them, not too long ago, and I just try to push them as hard as I can, and I feel like this year the energy is a lot better than it was last year, especially just with the seniors and with everyone. I feel like we actually want to try to win this year, and I feel like our team is a lot better, and I just think overall the ITA is going to go pretty well, really well. I think me and Will, the other freshman, we've been playing amazing doubles, I think. And I think it's going to go well. I really do.
Question?
So you've played a bracketed tournament, you've played a dual tournament, and obviously spring is all duels. But what's the mindset going into a big regional bracketed tournament, knowing, okay, I got to work my way through, a draw of 64, and this is the first person I play and go from there?
Right. Well, what I think is you can't even really, you just got to take it one match at a time is what I think, because if you think, if you're thinking in terms of the semis or the finals, you can't have that forward thinking, because if you do that, then you're just not going to be in the moment for your first matches, which I think in tennis especially, it's super important that you just take everything one step at a time and don't get too result oriented, because I find that normally doesn't work out very well. So I just think taking everything one step at a time and just going with it is what I personally I'm going to do. So.
And to add on with Tyler, I haven't even thought about it. I'm just thinking about tomorrow's match and just our first every single match. Like, you cannot think about the future. It's just staying there, being ready to play in that moment, each and every little point, little game. And I try not even to like look up the rankings of the girls or even understand anything about the player I'm playing. I'm going to get on that court, I'm going to play some tennis and go from there. So
Yeah, from my standpoint, every tennis player is a little different. Some kids are looking at the draws, doing too much, research, but that's who they are. Other people don't want to look at the draw at all. So you got to be who you are. I always tell these guys, you're going to ride the roller coaster, whether it's playing the Metro tournament, the Pueblo duels, and now the ITAs. Obviously, this is, it's a big thing, but you don't want to make it bigger than it is. Like Tyler said, and Makenna, just kind of one match at a time, and have good energy and good attitude. And we have an advantage. A lot of the teams got here early, surprised me. Showed up yesterday. Some of them have already got 4 or 5 hits in. They're asking for more and more balls, but they're some of them are restringing their rackets to get tighter tension. So these players will make adjustments. But I feel like we do have a little bit of an advantage. We finally have them on our turf at high altitude. Some coaches won't even tell their players it's different, but I'm sure they've heard. So, yeah, I think it's just one match at a time.
As soon as they wind up, they realize, oh, that ball went a little farther than I thought.
It's like a home run hitter coming to Coors Field, or you don't want to be the pitcher coming to Coors Field, I guess.
So you guys kind of already touched on how tight the schedule is going to be. From a coach and a player standpoint, you guys kind of viewing the season as more of, and really just the tournament, as more of a sprint or like a marathon? Like, what's your guys' mentality regarding how fast things are going to ramp up?
I would say definitely a marathon. Always it's a marathon. I think every tournament or every match is maybe a sprint, but in the end, I think that's what keeps me going sometimes is even though I lost that sprint, even though I lost that match right there, we still are going to play, 15 more matches in total in a spring season, so it's the marathon that counts, not the sprint.
Right, it's like obviously we want to do well in the ITAs, obviously, but this isn't even our regular season. Our normal season is in the spring, and like Makenna said, we have so many matches during that, and it's like so much traveling, just long bus rides to California, and just hours and hours of traveling, and so it's really not a sprint. I would definitely say it's more of a marathon, and yeah, kind of like what I said before, you kind of just got to take it one step at a time, because I feel like if you sprint through it, it's never going to end well. So, yeah.
Yeah, from a coaching standpoint, the winner of this tournament on the women's side will have to win 6 matches, 2 each day, weather permitting. For doubles, it would be 5 matches for the women. For the guys, some of them are getting buys. The men's draw is a little bit smaller. The women's a full 64. The men's, I think, is 48 for singles and 24 for doubles on the men. Women's 64 singles, 32 for doubles. So, to me, it's a little bit of both, if that makes any kind of sense. If you're playing all 3 days, it's going to feel like it started out as a sprint and then went to a marathon. So, but it's a really unique tournament. All the kids really enjoy playing in it. So we'll just lay it on the line and see how it goes.
All right, question of the week.
All right, guys. What is your guilty pleasure TV show to watch?
I can't think. I think it's called The Old Man with Jeff Bridges. Have you guys seen that? Anyways.
I love watching NCIS. I don't know why. I always just turn it on and I love watching it. I've gone through so many seasons. I don't even know which season I'm on.
Mine's probably Better Call Saul. You ever seen that show? It's really good.